Go Sky or Goosky or go oh Sky. Brian Phillips here with Brian Phillips RC. Look at this. It's the legend S2 from Goosky. Go Sky. Go Sky. Right here. Look at this. Direct drive. We had to cram our own Spectrum receiver right there. Amazing. It did barely fit. Also direct drive on the tail rotor. This thing is like the most robust heli I've ever had. It looks a little small, but it's supposed to be one of the most capable. And look at the mechanism. It is absolutely gorgeous. Everything about this helicopter is gorgeous. Guys, my favorite feature, watch. Oh yeah, they finally listened to me once. It's nice to be listened to. My throttle cut is probably set wrong. I didn't set it to -130, so I'm gonna change that before we even take off, and then you guys can watch this awesome flight. It's the only thing in the radio setup I didn't want to change inside. I'm gonna go to throttle cut, and I'm just gonna highlight that, and I'm just gonna go to -130. I don't really understand how that works because I don't like the -130 setting, but let's see. It's probably still gonna start up. Yep, as you can see, it starts moving. So I'm just gonna change that back to -100. We can also reprogram the ESC if we really cared, but I'm not gonna mess with that. And by the way, guys, if you wanna see the radio setup, the unbox and radio setup will be at the end. We got ours equipped with two 3S 750 milliamp hour packs, 45C rated, and they do look nice. Also, we have this set for idle up and we have this set for whatever modes there are. So please be prepared to duck, literally.
Great.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Stay back. Good job. I don't know if I'm in auto leveling. I'll find out really quick here though. Hey, look at that. That's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, that thing, it's got some power. And yeah, I would call that auto leveling because I'm not doing anything, but I could be wrong. And yes, that's definitely auto leveling. I'm gonna try to go over the horizon so you guys can see it. Wow, that thing is zippy. It is definitely a very, very robust and fast and very capable helicopter, even in the auto leveling mode. Look at that thing. It's just snappy, 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 and I'm loving the way it looks. It is beautiful. Look at that body color. Oh, camera crew, you gotta do a round. Do a round. Yes, that is so pretty. I'm loving it, guys. Love the way this thing, the body is thin, the motor is exposed, everything about it is gorgeous. The one thing I don't like about it is the fact that the sun is going down. Not the helicopter's fault. Okay, so as you can see, snappy. Look at that. That's crazy. I'm not in idle up mode, and look at that. Okay, so I am going to go to idle up mode. I'm gonna put the tail toward me because I am a baby flyer. Idle up, okay. Oh yeah, big difference. Listen to it cut the air. That is super fast. Oh yes! Yeah, the camera crew is getting nervous, I can tell, it's awesome. But I'm still in auto leveling, which is super, super nice. And idle up really helps with control authority. And so the flight controller on this thing is super, super good. So guys, Goosky or Go Sky, however you say it, this thing looks awesome. Now, I gotta be honest with you, helicopters are definitely not my mainstay. We're definitely more into fixed wing here on Brian Phillips RC. So please don't blame the helicopter if I crash it in a million pieces, because that might just happen. Look at that, that is amazing. I love it, it's so cool. Guys, I'm gonna show you the full stick up. Okay, you ready? Neutral sticks, stick up. That is fast for a little 3S, okay? I can go up and down. Now I'm gonna go to the full 3D, but I'm gonna stay in auto leveling. Okay, there you go. There's up, there's down. What could possibly go wrong, guys? Okay, so as you can see, she is still fully controllable and very, very easy to fly in the auto leveling. And you can tell because I haven't crashed yet. Now that doesn't mean that you won't, and it doesn't mean that you can't, but I definitely wanna say, I have no clicks of trim. I have nothing weird going on here. This is basically, that is in neutral. Oh my goodness, I'm in the lowest setting. I'm not even idle up. Coordinated turns make it look so super realistic and awesome. I'm doing about 25% coordination on this turn. I'm gonna give you one with about 100% coordination. That means that the cyclic. I'm moving the collective and the cyclic. So basically I'm yawing and rolling. You see how it's kind of tipped? That is so beautiful. I'm barely, whoa, did you see it? We got a dragonfly fight going. Get over here, dragonfly. I'm gonna show you who's boss. Okay. He bugged out after he saw me destroy the rest of his entire family in 1 second. All right, here we go, guys. All right, so I wanna show you if I can flip it upside down, which I'm sure I can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. I wanna see how it snaps back and forth from modes, okay? So I'm gonna go out of mode and back. I'm gonna get the tail pointed toward me because I am a pansy. Out of mode, back. Oh, it clicked right back. Okay, so let's just, let's go ahead and just do a flip. There you go, guys. And then back into normal and auto leveling. Now, normally you wouldn't do a flip without being an idle up, so I'll go to idle up. I do love that I'm flying this on my Spectrum transmitter. We were complaining about it earlier, me and the camera crew. We were like, why did they send it the way we expected, which is in usually a ready to fly? Well, you know what? Maybe this is better anyway because now I've got my awesome Spectrum transmitter. Amazing. We're gonna go right overhead with a substantial structure to protect us. If you're with the FAA, you're welcome. Oh, incidental. We were just crossing the street, folks. There you go. Okay, so now I'm in idle up. I wanna just try the same bell. We're gonna try doing another flip. And then in auto leveling again. Guys, this thing is rock solid. I mean, it's really, really rock solid. I gotta say. And I'm trying to stay in a field of vision where you can actually see this thing. Oh, and that's our timer warning. It just vibrated at me. I thought it was gonna say something. But I don't know. Honestly, I cannot believe how rock solid this is. I'm not actually surprised because I heard some really good things about this heli. And to be honest with you, I'm not that good of a heli pilot. I'm just, at best, learning. The camera crew is learning to trust me, which is kind of scary, to be honest. But I gotta say, this thing feels and acts the way I expect. And hopefully, she is getting the shots I am seeing because it looks fantastic. And it's not even sunny out. This thing's gonna pop in the sun.
It does look very cool.
That's full speed. Man, that thing goes up really. I'm trying to arrest my forward movement, and that's why it's so high. Oh, by the way, I should probably think about landing. You know why? Because our timer went off.
Yeah.
5-minute timer, guys. I gotta say, super impressed with this. Not impressed with the setup, even though the setup was actually very easy once we got our stuff in order.
Found a manual.
Okay. So I am going to bring it down to the ground in the low lighting conditions. That thing is just sexy looking. I know that's sort of an overused terminology. Everything cannot be sexy, but this thing sure is.
You don't use it very often.
No, I know.
Lots of people do, but you don't.
That looks so good though. So what do you think, camera crew, of this one?
I'm actually really impressed. Slightly terrified, but really impressed.
I know, helicopters are a little scarier for people when you're like watching me fly it. Because the thing is like, it's, with an airplane, you kind of know the general heading, but look how easy the landing was. Okay, throttle cut's on.
And I trust you, because I've done this with you a lot, but I don't always trust everything that comes out of the box from China.
I gotta say, that is one of the nicest helicopters we have.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of really nice helicopters,
The
I think
parts,
now.
like just all of the little individual components, everything
is metal.
looks really nice.
Even the cases on the servos are metal.
And it came with a bunch of spare parts, which you
it came with multiple shafts. Multiple shafts.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's 3.
Probably will use them.
There was 2 in one bag, and then another one in another bag. So I gotta say, this is kind of incredible. I am super happy with this helicopter, partially because I'm using my NX8. Ordinarily, we wouldn't.
Right.
And then you're using the crappy setup from the transmitter that comes out of the ready to fly.
But it is
maybe it's super nice. I don't know. All I gotta say is, I'm really actually super happy with this. I didn't know what to think. And I'm pretty sure it's Goosky, but I'm gonna still keep saying Goosky because it's hilarious. The Goosky has done a good thing here, guys. I've gotta say, that thing is nice, really nice. High performance, and honestly, we never know what we're gonna get until we get it. And I gotta say something. Just look how solid this is. Like you couldn't, if I crashed it, it probably wouldn't even break. No, I'm not gonna do it on purpose. Don't worry, just wait long enough and you'll have that. But all I gotta say is just everything is so high quality. I mean, the lowest quality looking thing on here is the way I installed my my receiver, which was kind of crappy. I should have gone back just a hair for a little more clearance. All the direct drive motors, holy cow, we just flew this. Touch the motor. It's not even it's warm, like not even barely. Warm. That's crazy, guys. If I touched the motor on like any of my helicopters after a flight, my fingers would literally burn off like I grabbed lava. So, I mean, that's like super cool. I mean, it doesn't seem like a big deal. And if you're not into helis, you don't get what I'm talking about. Because normally that'd be like 1,000,000 degrees. Okay, the real test of quality. Touch that battery. That is incredible. Wow. It's barely warm. Barely. It's barely lukewarm. I gotta say, that alone tells me that somebody spent some time doing math that's smarter than me. So they could figure out what size battery and what size ESC and what size motor and how everything wanted to work together. And not only that, but they gave us this clip, which for some reason, I'm not getting it to close. I think the battery connector's in the way. I am just like super happy with the fact that you can open the bottom. Mm-hmm. That's such a stupid small feature, and yet I love it. It's a metal clip and a metal clip. You just don't normally get that. So Goosky, Go-Sky, or Go-Sky, however you say it. This thing is awesome. Stay tuned, guys. We're gonna do the unbox, build and radio setup next. There is a small build because we had to put in the receiver on this one, and it is just a Spectrum receiver. But bear in mind, it is a 3-pin, not a 4-pin configuration. So if you're looking for a Spectrum serial satellite receiver so that you can pair up to one of your Spectrum radios, then make sure you get a 3-wire configuration. And I am not 100% sure how that works because I've had this for some time. So we'll do our best. We'll see if we can come up with an option and we'll put it in the video description below, as always. So definitely check there. You can buy this heli. We got ours with 2 batteries, no charger, and no transmitter. But you can get this in a ready to fly. I would encourage you, if you're a new pilot, to get the ready to fly rather than getting a receiver that may be kind of hard for you to figure out and then a transmitter that's a little bit more work to set up. We downloaded instructions, followed through, and then added a couple little bells and whistles in there. But generally speaking, it was actually a 2-page document. Mm-hmm. If you're looking at a 38-page document and it's talking about disassembling and exploded view diagrams, you have the wrong one. Mm-hmm. There's one that goes over the document on setting this up for DSMX, and it is half Chinese, half English, or Mandarin, or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't speak it, so I'm not sure. But that being said, the instruction manual was a bit of a pain to find, in my opinion. We both had to look it up. It kind of reminds us, we've done a few helis and drones in the past where you have to go to the manufacturer site and a lot of the nomenclature ends up in Chinese. Mm-hmm. Even though there might sometimes be like a Google translation going on, you're actually looking at the basis is Chinese. So sometimes it's a little bit hard to navigate. And there are a lot of ads for this because this is marketed through a lot of different companies. So if you want to help support us and you do want this M2, the legend from Goosky, then definitely buy it from the link in the video description. Seriously, guys, that's how you can help us, our family, our channel. And then don't forget to like the video. Even if you hated it, just tell YouTube you loved it anyway. And click the bell for notifications. Don't forget the notifications will help you remember because we're putting out so much content, we can't even keep track of it ourselves.
True.
Seriously, it's ridiculous. We have so many videos. You could literally have a short prison sentence of 4 to 5 years and you probably wouldn't be able to watch them all. So hopefully not challenge accepted, but still guys, stay tuned. So much more to come. In fact, in this video. So you can watch us open this up and see how it was packaged, which was pretty good. Thanks for watching. YouTube, Brian Phillips, big box. It's wrapped in plastic. It's amazing. Oh man. Ooh, attention. Please be noticed that this product is not a toy.
Oh man.
Please be noticed.
I've noticed.
Oh my goodness gracious, it's a helicopter. We almost never review helicopters except for the last ones. What is this? This is the Goosky. I think it might be goo-sky, or it could be something else.
Or, I don't know.
Amazing. We got the yellow and green. Evidently there's a green and blue. This is a sweet box, actually.
I know, it's all like...
It's like shiny and
holographic.
stuff. So they have a yellow and red. They have a yellow and green. And then they have a yellow and, or excuse me, a green and blue. I have to work on my colors still. I'm still learning those.
Tricky.
Pretty amazing. Oh, so it's like this one. Okay, let's find out what it does. Oh my goodness, 436 somethings long.
Oh.
Pretty, going with millimeters, okay? The length is 436 millimeters. The height is 144. The main blade is 193. Tail rotor diameter, main rotor diameter is 440 millimeters. Tail rotor diameter is 99. Flying weight 348 grams, okay? But please be noticed, it's not a toy.
Okay.
Ooh, it's got one of these like super nice cases like we get from other brands.
I like the cases.
Yeah, the camera crew loves them. I like the cases too, but then I just feel bad.
You just want to melt them.
You may not be aware, but we go through a few foam things in this house.
Oh, a few.
Ooh, it says Goosky on there.
Goosky? I don't know.
I think it's goo-sky.
Well, there's only one O, China.
What?
And go.
Go-sky! They should have like one proofreader in China that could work for them. They'd be like, you know, I wouldn't go with that, like Guanoco. No, maybe that's maybe not the best choice.
You need a few vowels, at least.
Do they have a protective label on this?
What?
What the heck? We really want to protect our label so that people don't make fun of our awesome name. Goosky. Okay.
Okay.
Hinge. So if you're confused about opening things. Oh, wow. That is stinking gorgeous. What? I didn't even tell. I didn't notice it was open on the bottom half. That's actually kind of sweet. So this is direct drive helicopter. So we're going to pull this thing out. Oh, yes. Oh, wow. That looks so nice. Oh, boy, that's kind of scary for me because I am not a very good RC helicopter pilot. That thing looks amazing. Direct drive here, direct drive there. The tail rotor looks sweet, actually. And then look at this shape. It's like, oh, wow. Feel how stiff that is. You've never felt something so hard in your life. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so that's good. It looks really nice. 3D performance. How the heck does this work? A push? They listened! Hello. They listened. Camera crew.
I see.
That's a miracle.
I'm super impressed. This is me.
That is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I hate taking the covers off the helicopters. It's like one of my least favorite things in life.
Wow, really?
It goes paying taxes, taking the lids off of helicopters. I don't know, maybe it's in a different order, but still, that is so sweet looking. And that is like a really convenient tool. I love it. XT30. Man, look how thick this is. Look at this. There's a metal clip.
Wait, hold still.
Who has metal clips? Look how thick this is. Like, look, it doesn't give at all. Miracle. Look how nice this is. This is crazy. Okay, guys. I know it sounds like I'm fawning over this, but I kind of am. Because it really does genuinely look nice. So I'm super excited. Oh, and wow, look, there's a battery stuffed in this hole too. So let's go ahead and get these batteries out. Okay, so it comes with 750 milliamp hour, 45C Goosky batteries.
Did we change the name again?
No, it's Goosky. Go-sky. Go-sky. Okay, then we have some tools here. They sent me a shaft. And another shaft. What are they thinking about? Are they suggesting I'm gonna crash this thing? I demand a refund. What? They sent us 3 shafts. They must have seen the channel before. Wow. I wonder if that was just like, look.
They're like, we should just send this guy extra.
They were like, this guy, he won't even be able to say Goosky, right?
Yeah.
And helicopter blades. What are they thinking giving us spare parts?
That all fit in the case.
I won't need spare. 2 tail feathers. What is going on in addition to this one? Wow. Is this a trainer? Did I miss something? This does not look like a trainer. It looks like a sweet helicopter that's gonna be like about 15 times over my skill set. Ooh, they sent a snack. Just kidding, kids, don't eat it. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, we have a charger cable, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I can't get my fingers in there. Oh. Hold on. Let me use some of the rods.
Stick your shaft in there.
Look, they gave us control horns. I have broken these very things on recent helicopters that we reviewed. Seriously, I wonder if that was just for me because I know I'm like gonna crash this thing. So I'm actually really happy. That is a tight squeeze.
Do you need some help?
No, I can, I'll just, you know, there it is. There it is. Whoa, what is that thing?
Oh,
what is that thing? What the heck is that thing? It's a Goosky. It's a Goosky something.
What
I don't even know what it is.
Did you read it?
I'm sure it's some sort of an adapter. Okay, so we got it with two batteries. It looks like
BT module VO2.
Bluetooth module. Okay, look, battery storage in the case. Oh yeah, buddy. Right there. Stick it in the hole. And then one in the helicopter would give you up to 3 in, uh-oh. Where's the transmitter? Is there a transmitter? This one's not ready to fly, is it? We're gonna have to figure this part out and come right back. Okay, because I don't have an XT30 end, I know it's pretty embarrassing. I have a bag of them, I just haven't built any adapters yet. This is the type of adapter I would normally build. I would just take one of these and build an adapter, okay? So I'm just gonna unplug these adapters to show you how I would normally charge a battery like this. It's pretty simple stuff. I would just get those out of the way, and I would plug in this balance board to something like that. It doesn't work because this is a 2 through 6S plug. I plug it into one channel of the charger, just like that. And then I would plug in this to the black and this to the red. And then I would plug in this, which is a 3S balance lead, Hextronics balance lead. I'm gonna plug that in. And as you can see, it populates the menu structure with the information. And then I can go in here and charge this. This is set to 2200 milliamp hour size. And as you can see, this thing needs to be set to 750, 45C, 8.25 watt hours. So I think we're probably okay to go. You could probably charge at that speed, but I'm gonna just charge it at, we'll go to 800, okay? So 800 milliamp hours or 0.8 amps. Then we'll go to start. Okay, so there it's going. You can press the down arrow and you can see what the balance looks like, okay? So the only reason I didn't use this, because this is technically going to fit in there, is because of the adapter. So I'll go ahead and show you if this is possible, and it is. So I'll go black to black and red to red. And then I'm gonna plug this into the main discharge plug. As you can see, we'll run the same charade here. 2.2 amps. We'll scroll down to 0.8. That's 1C charge rate and start. Okay, so this is a considerably cheaper charger. It only goes up to 4S. This is a 3S pack, so we should be fine. These are both now charging. Now, a couple things to think about. Generally, when we review these helicopters, they are in a ready to fly configuration. You've just learned something we learned, and that is that this is not set up in a ready to fly configuration, and that's fine. But the thing is, I wanna just point out here, right under here, is the receiver slash flight controller rather. It says DSMX, it says S-Bus, and then it also says, one says UART, okay? So basically, there's 2 different ways to plug in your receiver, and you're gonna have to really work to get that angle, because those are the places where you would plug in your satellite receivers. And I believe the UART would be, this is where you would plug that in because it's got 4 wires if you look really close. And that gives you the ability to set up via Bluetooth the settings. And just a better close up here. There's your DSMX plug, there's your S-bus plug, and there's your UART. You can see that's 4 pins, okay? So that's your Goosky or Go-sky or Go-sky, whichever one it is. So what we're gonna do is we are going to take a minute. Now, obviously, we normally fly with Spektrum gear because that's like what we do. You could use FrSky if you want. So this is what we would normally use. Not 100% sure how this is gonna set up. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to have a satellite receiver to make this work. And yeah, I don't know if I have one actually at the moment. So we're gonna have to look into that and come right back. Lucky for you guys in the audience, I happen to have 2 satellite receivers here. One of which is, I believe that one's Futaba s-fhss. And then this one is an FPV racing serial receiver from Spektrum. Now, that one has a 3-wire plug, and I believe they switched them in recent years to a 4-wire plug, so I'm not sure how you're gonna do it. So just be very careful that you get the correct serial satellite receiver, and then also we're gonna have to pull off this lid, which has 1, 2, 3. This is Phillips, 2mm or 1.5mm it looks like. So we're gonna have 2 different tools to even get inside of the cabinet, and that's gonna allow us to get in there to actually plug in the goodies. So we're gonna do that real quick with these tools. It is, to me, it's somewhat unusual to have to add a receiver on a heli like this. Ordinarily, I would get them in a ready to fly finish, so I'm not sure if there was just a miscommunication on this one, but either way, I'm wondering if I have to undo that. It does look like I have to undo that. So this is just a Phillips screw, but you know what? This might be one of those ultra dinky screws. Yeah, I think that's what we're dealing with. So I have to go to the ultra small screwdriver. I don't know if that's even gonna work. Might work. Nope, we gotta go to the ultra small screwdriver. Oh yeah, look, that's working, I think. Kind of weird, like I'm not sure. It's almost like it's not, oh, it's spinning, but the plastic is walking away. So it's kind of hard to tell. Okay, that one came out with no problem. Okay, that would be a lot better size for this. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna also have to, at some point, by the way, I just wanna point out something while I'm looking at it. These screws are ultra small.
Yeah.
I love that these are smooth, feel that.
On the bottom? Mm-hmm. They are smooth.
Because the sharp ones always scratch our spot where we park our helicopters over there. On the painted surface. And that might seem like a minor detail, and it pretty much is. And it's also hyper specific to our lifestyle. It is kind of annoying to me that when they scratch the finish on our painted wood surface over there. I cannot get that thing to pop out of there. The screw is undone, but whatever. Okay, so now I believe I should be able to just tip this up. Nope, not yet, because this one's still not released. I can't tell, is it spinning the nut? No, it's actually released already. So that does not really, yeah, it goes up a little bit, okay? So as you can see with that mouth open there, you can kind of see how that's mounted. It goes out, of course, to the brushless motor. And of course, there's a button here and a button there. I'm not sure what they do. We'll find out. Really high quality. Those are nice servos. Goodness gracious. Metal cases and all. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is we need to actually take a small driver and pop the rest of this lid off. So I'm gonna try, nope, too small. That's a 1.3, so it is a 1.5, which is kind of what I was guessing. Yeah, that's too, yeah, that's too big. Yep, 1.5, check this out, guys. Yep, 1.5. I do not understand the rationale behind 2 different sizes
or the double O's. Goosky. Go Sky. Go Sky.
See, they just knew that's how you were going to say it. So
Maybe it's like, yeah, it's like that. Except I got to be careful about trademark violations. Ooh, yeah, how the heck? That's kind of awkward. How the heck am I going to get that up and off of there? Oh, there we go. Yes, yes. See, look.
Kind of a tight squeeze.
Yeah, a little bit of a tight squeeze. We've done it before. Okay, so let's sit down and take a quick look at this beauty. Okay, so as you can see, there's a place to plug in a serial receiver, which is pretty sweet. Okay, and DSMX. Main motor, that's out here. And these are the channels going out. Okay, see how there's a singular rail here and it favors toward my belly in this case. That needs to favor to this side, okay? And then I'm gonna show you the s-fhss connection. Now we're not gonna power this up with both of them plugged in, but I'm just gonna show you that this one here would go in there. I believe this s-fhss, yeah, s-fhss actually, s-fhss, so that'd be Futaba. And this one goes just like this. I believe, oops, sorry guys, got it backward. Goes just like this, okay? So you can see either one would connect. Now, physically connect, but that does not mean that this is going to connect to my transmitter, okay? So important to note that in this finish level, we don't have a transmitter, okay? So for us, that would normally be kind of an issue because we don't have serial receivers lying around, and I guess now we need one. So good thing I had that one. So now the next step for us is to, of course, energize the heli and see if we can get things moving around. So if in doubt on a heli, the safest thing to do would be to remove the blades for safety. So I'm gonna leave them on. But you shouldn't do that because that's dangerous. And then I have to figure out how to bind it. Now this is the, the way that you do your setup features on the helicopter. So now we need to take a quick second and find a manual and we'll be right back. Okay, as with other Chinese models, we had to look through a bunch of Chinese websites and we found this information. Fortunately, it's written in English. And it's about a Spectrum DX9, okay? So DX9 should be pretty simple compared to NX8, which is current DX8, or excuse me, DX9 of course would be, comparably similar. Okay, so we printed that off from their website or wherever we found it. Wherever we found it is wherever it was. And we have our Spectrum receiver plugged in. And basically at this point, we are in the process of, oh goodness gracious, guys, I wanna show you one thing that just happened or that I just noticed happened. You see that is a piece of black plastic that goes around a screw. It's retaining the screw. And this one fell off at some point while we were doing all that stuff. And guess what? There's a little black plastic ring that goes and it's broken right there. Huh.
Oh.
That's not good. So yeah, so this one is not broken and that one is broken, which explains why we were having trouble getting the screw to spin. Okay, so again, probably not a big deal. It's not like we're gonna take this off a million times, but it's still kind of annoying. So if that happens to you, you'll know what's going on. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to turn on the transmitter as you would typically do, okay? So you ready? This is gonna be like the radio setup premature. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, add a new model. You don't want an acro, you want a heli, you want to create. Okay, it's gonna take a minute or two for that to happen. Once that creates, we just need to be careful to not lose our screws and stuff because I have no interest in closing this in until I know that it's gonna bind up and work, okay? So these are their suggestions for radio setup, okay? Create a new model, we did that. Then, we wanna set a throttle hold, okay? So throttle hold. Okay. Normally I wouldn't do it in this order at all, but I'm just gonna set up throttle cut. I'm gonna set switch H, okay? They suggest a minus 130 because that's the standard on there. So I'm gonna set it to minus 100. Okay. Set channel 5 as landing gear mode and set switch to control altitude mode, 3D mode. Okay, fine. That is not to be confused with the picture here. It goes right here, okay? So this word has to do with this picture here, okay? So channel 5, they want to command so nothing has been assigned to that, okay? So we need to go to the RX port assignment, okay. Port. That's actually click, scroll down to system setup, disconnect RF, channel assignment, and then gear was set to switch H, or excuse me, switch D rather. I'm gonna change that to switch A. That's what I want, I guess. And then they want it on D. I'm setting it to switch A, okay. So that's interesting. Next, and it looks like that's fine. Gear is gear, right? So now when you go over here, you can see the gear move up and down. Right, so now we have to set up throttle curve normal, idle 1, idle 2. Okay, so that's always nice. So I think I'm gonna set that to these, right? Well. I don't know if that's the way I wanna do it though, because they're suggesting the landing gear mode for 3D or altitude mode. Oh, okay, well I guess we'll find out later. Then we have the throttle curve. They want 3 settings, 1, 2, and 3. So I guess we can go to throttle curve. And there's 3 settings here. So on normal, they want it to be set to 60 all the way through the range, I guess. So this is kind of similar to what we've done on other helis we've done in the past. So it stands to reason. Okay. And that's with tied to switch B here. Okay. So there's the N. And then in 1, they want it to be 65, 65, 65. So this would be like idle up. Okay. On like a lower rate. Okay. And then 65 through the whole range. Okay, whoops. There we go. And then in this setting, which is switch 2, we want it to be at 80% through the whole range. So we just have to scroll that in now. Normally we would have named our model by now, but since we're kind of following their instructions, we'll just do it their way for the moment. Okay. So that'll be like idle up 3D mode, idle up, and then normal mode, okay? So we'll leave it in normal mode first. And then the pitch curve will be as follows, and really it's not been too bad a setup, so we're just hoping it binds now. So pitch curve in the end position all the way back on switch B, we want it to be 40. Whoops. Then 50. Sorry guys, overshot. Then 60. And remember, this is just the manufacturer's recommendations. You may have a different way you want to do it. That's fine. And then 100. So now I'll move to this setting. That's good. Now this one, which is 1. So we're going to do 25, 50, 100, 75. It looks like that's already set. And then, whoops. I don't want Expo active. So on stunt 2, same thing. Okay, so we're good there. All right, so we can go back. Now, what I normally would start with is naming the helicopter. So in this case, I'm gonna go back And I'm just gonna go back down to system setup, disconnect RF, and model name is in here. So it says Heli. I'm gonna change that from Heli to, this is the Goosky, the goo-sky, or goo-sky. Where is the rest of this? So we're just scrolling it in. We do use the legacy keyboard because we're just like that. I am like that. Legacy. Means you're old, kids, if you're watching. M2. Okay, so we've got the Goosky goo-sky or goo-sky. M2.
Okay.
All right, so we're ready to bind it. And I do have throttle hold on. I'm gonna go over to my monitor and verify that that's working. It is in fact working. Right there, you can see throttle's not moving. Throttle cut's off now and it is moving, so that's good. And when I'm in idle up, it goes up and stays up. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna put the stick down, I'm gonna put my throttle cut on, and then I'm gonna be prepared with a timer of 5 minutes, and I am gonna set, 1 out really doesn't matter, I guess. I'm just gonna activate it, whatever, doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So let's set the countdown timer to 5 minutes. And let's at 1 minute, let's do voice. I've kind of liked that lately, it's nice. And then 10 seconds, we'll do a voice countdown, and expiration, tone, and vibrate. Okay, throttle cuts on. So now what we need to do is step in our cat's water, wash your foot off a little. And fortunately, we just had our batteries beeping at us. So that's pretty cool. So we'll unplug this, we'll unplug that, we'll unplug these carefully, and we have a battery ready, which is, that worked out good. When does that happen?
Never.
Once every million years. Did you buy a lotto ticket?
Shoot. Forgot.
Okay, so wherever those little screws are, I would keep a close eye on them.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
There's the screwdriver. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna just hopefully find them.
They're right here.
They're
you
right
don't
there?
need them yet, right?
Not yet,
Okay.
because I gotta make sure this thing binds
Right.
before I go through the trouble.
Yeah.
Okay, throttle cuts on. I am going to have my hand down here. If that goes into a full-on crazy maneuver, then I will wait till the battery dies, okay? And yes, you're probably thinking that's a great plan, Brian.
It'd be a good video.
Kind of not. It's like it'd be a good, like, this is how you end up in the hospital. Okay, now I'm going to click this, scroll down to bind, and I'm just gonna hit yes. See, it's in bind mode, binding.
Oh my goodness.
It's binding to the Goosky, and you'll see the light. It just danced. Now, I am going to move, back, forward. Okay, everything's working there. The camera crew is just baffled by this. Throttle moves. The throttle pitch curve, everything is good. Throttle cut is on. I'm gonna, while I have it under control, I'm gonna go and just see, make sure it doesn't start. It does. Ooh, that's a little scary. Okay, so we're gonna unplug this and we're just gonna get things reset now because the throttle hold is definitely holding the throttle. So we might need to do a minus, which is something I ordinarily don't like to do, but they might just call for that. Now this is not spatially dependent, that is, okay? So this just has to like stick in the hole. But I also don't wanna lose the antennas. And yes, it is antennas, not antennae. I have long since learned that the antennas is wrong, or the antennas is right, and antennae is when speaking of, you know, like creatures, living things. Antennas, I was gonna say humans. Most humans don't have antennas, but some do. The ones that have the probes added.
Do you need a third hand?
Obviously. So guys, if you're watching this and you're new to Brian Phillips RC, don't worry, they're not all like this. But I do have to say, this was a surprise to us. We weren't expecting to have to do this. So our apologies for being a little bit caught off guard today with our satellite receiver thing. I think I'm gonna have to throw a zip tie
Yeah,
on there.
I think so too.
Because I just don't see how we're gonna do it otherwise, unless you've got some amazing idea.
No, I'm worried about those antennas if you don't. And what are they?
Antennas.
Oh, okay.
It's not antennae, it's antennas when they're on a machine.
on a machine.
That's what I was told by somebody who knew better than me.
Wow.
Because there's a lot of them online.
Yes.
And you just hope that that was the right answer that you didn't ask. The question 2. Ask for. Okay, see what I'm doing here, guys?
Oh, you're gonna tape it? I thought you were gonna use a zip tie.
That would have been the correct way to do it, but I'm just gonna do it this way instead.
Okay.
Because really, once I get the hood on, then it'll be okay.
Okay.
Yep. So tape
Sure.
it on there. Then that's just gonna hold it steady. See, this is the one that broke, so we know which side that goes to, and it's already in the right spot, so it doesn't really matter. I just need to get this to fit, which it does. It does. Get in there. This was a tight squeeze before, I must admit. And so far, very impressed with the high quality nature of this heli. Very annoyed that it wasn't ready to fly like we thought it was gonna be, but that's really got nothing to do with Goosky. Go, Sky.
Maybe I should have taken away an O and sent a transmitter.
Like a go Sky? Just make a decision, commit, go Sky, right?
Yes.
It's just called. We need to speak to Brian Phillips of Brian Phillips RC so we can
Are
come.
you looking for your screws?
Yeah. I mean, they're obviously loose, but.
I think they're just missing.
So if you guys are just trying to learn a little bit about Brian Phillips RC, all you need to know will be in this video. We review flying things. Sometimes they're not flying. Sometimes they cut grass. Sometimes they dig holes. Sometimes they make hay. Sometimes they blow things. Yes, leaf blowers. And
So
other times,
reviews.
that's right, one of our best.
I'm just trying to get people to watch it.
Yeah, it's super, it's kind of like one of those longtime favorites of mine. Okay, so that satellite receiver is possibly a little bit too big for the position that I put it in. And so I'm gonna see if I can, no, I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna go. I just had to kind of force this down a little bit. Yeah, that one went in fine. It was just that weird one that had broken the tip. And yes, we have had that happen on other helis. I'm just really surprised it happened on this because everything is so heavy duty. I mean, this thing is like crazy robust. And if, you know, it's just like everything about it is super heavy duty except for that one thing. Yeah, like the one I just broke too. Now, that being said, I gotta say, like, if you're gonna, this is a Futaba s-fhss, I believe, by default. So if you're flying Futaba, I don't think you even need anything. But if you have to use the satellite receiver, then you're gonna be stuck doing this. And you would kind of think that that would be a little bit more well thought out, but who knows? I don't know. It's more well thought out than most helis anyway, to be honest. Okay, so we'll put that there. And then camera crew, are you aware of, oh, they're still in the body. At least this one is. That's great. So that means one of them is not.
Because that's all I had over here.
Oh, crappers. Oh, it's right here. Got lucky.
Oh,
right
okay,
there.
good.
See how huge that thing is?
Yeah.
That is a 1.5 millimeter trick.
We picked this countertop just for the sole purpose of
Losing things.
losing things.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just hopefully get that if we're super lucky. Holy cow, I got it. That's a miracle. All right, so 750 milliamp 45C packs, 2 flight packs, and our case came with it, and you can see where that transmitter sits. I could have probably edged it back a little bit, but I wanted to keep it away from the moving parts so as to maximize my chance at success. Throttle hold is on, and when we get outside, we're going to evaluate some of these things, okay? So, first things first, we are going to plug this in, and we're gonna get our hands in a safe spot in case something goes horribly wrong. We're gonna wait for a dance. If there's no dance, then we'll make a decision. Remember, better to be safe than walk around a GIMP needing your hands to fly radio-controlled airplanes. Seriously, people, we love this hobby. We don't want to be injured. And yes, people do get injured occasionally. Just don't be that guy. Okay, so I'm sliding that in. Very good fit. The fitment is good. I am scooching the wires out of the way, and I'm trying to keep that prop away from my face just in case something would go horribly wrong, which generally, I mean, we've never actually had that go horribly wrong, but I'm just kind of an eternal pessimist. I know it doesn't look like it on the channel, but it's true, right?
Yep.
I assume everything is broken until it proves me wrong.
Yep.
Yep. It has served me well. I still have all my fingers and all my toes, and yes, I work on machines that will eat humans. They don't generally, but sometimes they do. All right, great. So without further ado, this thing is set up, sort of, maybe, but could also need some adjustments, probably will. Excited to fly it in mere moments, but you guys will have seen that at the beginning. So hopefully this instructional video was super good. It was one of the best you've ever seen. Didn't leave any questions in your mind. And you're gonna be like, I wanna buy that thing, it looks amazing. And if you do, follow the link in the video description below. Remember, when you're buying from our links, you'll be supporting our channel, our family, our way of life, and we really appreciate it. If you don't like this, but you wanna support us still, we have PayPal and Patreon as well, right at the top of the links, as well as some master links. So check those things out, or just go over to www.bradphillipsrc.com, which is the exact same name as the YouTube name, as you can see. Weird. So just click on that boyish, beautiful 15-year-old picture of me with no beard. Click, and then you'll see our channel. You can see all sorts of videos, and this thing looks amazing. Now that it's set up, I'm so much happier with it. Hopefully you loved it. Definitely smash the like button if you even remotely liked it. And if you hated it, also smash the like button. We appreciate you guys. You'll be helping us. And guess what? This thing looks sweet. Can't wait to fly it. Hopefully we get to fly it before it gets dark. And you probably have already seen it. So congratulate me on how well I fixed it after the crash in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and down below, click the link to buy this beauty.